Hello children, I am once again back with you with my next video on the next topic of the chapter Life Processes, and the topic over here is respiration. And in this particular video we'll be discussing respiration in plants and in animals. To begin with, we should know what is respiration, which I hope you all know. The process of breathing, that is taking in oxygen rich air and giving out carbon dioxide rich air, is called respiration. Respiration involves two steps. First of all, let me explain respiration to you as I told you the definition. In respiration, there are two steps taking place. Inhalation, that is the act of taking in oxygen rich air, and exhalation, that is giving out carbon dioxide rich air. In this particular video, these are the key points which we will be discussing. We will be discussing respiration in plants under the heading of diffusion, how it takes place in the roots, in the stems and in the leaves. Then in animals, we will be discussing respiration in amoeba, earthworm, fishes, prawns means aquatic animals, and insects. And in my next video, I will be discussing respiration in human beings. So let's begin. By now we know what is respiration. Coming to respiration in plants. First of all, diffusion. Diffusion is the simple movement of any fluid from the region of higher concentration to the region of lower concentration. Here we are talking of the movement of gases. So because the plants are very large in size, therefore in them diffusion is very helpful in respiration. Due to the large surface area, they can maintain their air exchange by the process of diffusion. So simple moving in of oxygen rich air by the process of diffusion, and then moving out of carbon dioxide rich air from the body, because now inside the body, plant body, more carbon dioxide is produced. So the concentration of carbon dioxide inside the plant increases than the outside, therefore it simply diffuses out. So this is how it takes place by diffusion. Now coming to in the roots. If we look at the structure of the roots have branches, finer roots, and these roots have very fine unicellular structures. Unicellular, made up of single cells. So these unicellular structures are called root hairs. Being unicellular, they have a singular membrane, and these can take up oxygen which is present in the soil. Now these are soil particles which I am drawing. The soil particles are loose, and therefore the air trapped in between them, the dots which I am drawing, can be easily absorbed by the root hairs and supplied to the roots. So in the roots, it is the root hairs which absorb the oxygen from the soil. This is the reason why soil has to be loosened from time to time, so that between the soil particles there is air by which the roots can breathe. Next, in the stems. Now, in the stems, when the stems are green, the soft herbaceous plants or the young tender plants, those who have green stem have got stomata, and they respire through stomata. When the stem becomes woody as it grows, the soft plants turn hard, and when we have woody stem, the woody stem has small openings on its surface, and those openings are called lenticels, and then in that case respiration takes place, or the exchange of gases takes place through these lenticels. So green stems respire through stomata, and woody stem respire through lenticels. Then coming to leaves. in the leaves, we did in the topic of photosynthesis. The link you can find in the description box. In the topic of photosynthesis, we studied about the epidermis on the upper surface and the lower surface, and having stomata and guard cells there. So it is this stomata and the guard cells which help in the respiration process also. So green leaves respire through stomata. Definition of stomata I have already told you, and I am repeating it also. Stomata are small openings present on the lower surface of the leaf, guarded by guard cells, which help in the exchange of gases. So it is through these stomata, these are the guard cells which I am drawing, and this is the stomata. So it is through these stomata, when the stomata are open, the air, oxygen rich air enters and carbon dioxide rich air leaves through the same stomata. So this is how the roots, stem and leaves respire. I hope this is clear. Then moving on to respiration in animals. Again same thing, taking in of oxygen rich air, giving out of carbon dioxide rich air is called respiration, and we will begin with respiration in amoeba. Amoeba also, and all the unicellular organisms. So basically you can say we are discussing the mode of respiration in unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms being extremely small in size, unspecialized, do not have any organ, so they respire through the general cell membrane. It is through this cell membrane. So how is the respiration taking place? By diffusion through the cell membrane. Is it clear? Diffusion through the cell membrane. Simply the oxygen rich air will enter into the cell or the organism, and carbon dioxide rich air will leave through the cell membrane by the process of diffusion. Yes? Next we come to earthworm. You know earthworm, you have studied in the lower classes as farmer's friend. Earthworms are generally found in the soil, and their body is always moist. This is what an earthworm looks like, we can say. It has a clitellum here and has segmented body. Okay, not very fine a figure, but will do. The surface of this organism is very moist, and it is through this moist surface that the exchange of gases takes place. So we can say earthworms respire through their moist skin. Simply the air is absorbed by the moist skin given to the inside, and same way carbon dioxide given to the outside. Yes? Next, coming to fish and prawn, or we can say aquatic animals. The animals which are found in the water do not have the ability to take up this atmospheric air which we also breathe, and other terrestrial organisms increase. Terrestrial means organisms living on land. So, these organisms have specialized structures which have the ability to extract oxygen dissolved in water. Oxygen which is present in the water, like in the sea, ocean, etc. The gills present in these organisms have the ability to absorb oxygen from the water, and that is why fishes, prawns, etc. die when they are taken out of water. This is an important reasoning question. When they are taken out of water, they die because the gills have the ability to take oxygen dissolved in water. They do not have the ability to take up this atmospheric oxygen. Therefore, they cannot respire and they die. Is it clear? Now quickly coming to the structure of gills. A gill is a C-shaped structure which has a hard tissue, supportive tissue, which is called the gill raker. This is called the gill raker and has got very fine filaments all around as I'm drawing, these are the fine filaments all around the gill, and these are called the gill filament. The entire gill or the set of gills is covered by a thin sheath which is called the operculum. The thin sheath called the operculum. Generally, there are 4 pairs of gills. If I draw a fish over here, say, alright, so there are 4 gills this side and 4 gills this side. So 4 pairs of gills. As the organism takes in water through the mouth, the water passes over these gills and these gill filaments are able to extract the oxygen from it, and then through the gill rakers it is passed through the body. This is how respiration in the aquatic organisms takes place, and then we have respiration in insects. Finally, we have respiration in insects. Insects, as you have studied in class 9, belongs to the phylum Arthropoda. Okay? And they have special air holes in their body which help in respiration. They do not have any organ, but they have air holes over the surface of the body at small distances from which air can be taken into the body. These air holes are called spiracles. So suppose this is an insect. Okay. This is the head of the insect. Then these are the segmented parts of the insect's body. And then we have this. Okay, so I have drawn a cockroach. Then on the segments at small distances there are holes, as you can see I am drawing, and these holes are called spiracles, common name air holes, through which the air enters. There are simple holes on the body like this. So the air enters through these holes. Then inside the body, these air holes are connected to tubes moving in different directions. And these air tubes help the oxygen to reach the different parts of the body. And these air tubes also bring back carbon dioxide, which is again given out through the spiracles. I hope all these different types which we have discussed in the plants as well as in the animals, amoeba, earthworm, aquatic animals and insects, all is clear to you. In my next video, you will be finding respiration in human beings. So, you stay tuned for all such uploads, and to get the notification first, do subscribe to my channel so that I can be of help with your journey for class 10th. Subscribe and share. Thank you.